Alright, welcome to turn 28, I think, of our Late Age game. I've been putting this off a little bit. Let's see, we got a messenger from Utgard. What do you want to bet this is a declaration of war? Unruly cousins, your might on the battlefield does our ancestry proud. Many crafters are busying themselves making tiny statues of your kind, killing tiny statues of mankind. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for your long-term planning. You have angered virtually all the other nations, and your boisterous posturing gives our ancestry a bad reputation. Even worse, you have let the snake cult overrun your already overstretched outpost across the sea. Given the circumstances, we see no choice but to secure the northern shores of Utgard ourselves. We must assure the safety of the throne, which you clearly no longer have the means to protect, and in so doing limit the spread of the snake worshippers. Some of my colleagues believe you are prone to wanton acts of aggression. A few months ago, we would have taken your raging threats more seriously. Now we can only hope that cooler heads can prevail and that you learn your place in the natural order of things. So let's see, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what happened here in Skatekian Steppes. We'll get this fine. All right, there we go. Let's see. High Watch, air gems, thank you. Let's see, a sneaking enemy was discovered by the militia. Well, let's see what this was all about. Oh, he's trying to spy on us. Well, this is what all of our PD looks like. I guess we'll finally get to know how many troops we have. Alright, how many troops of PD do we have? 182. So that's what that blob looks like, I guess. 182, 80, blah, blah, blah. Alright. Construction is complete. The defenders of the fort in Songrad. Oh, he's still under siege. Wow, okay. Okay. Well, we told him what was going to happen, so here we go. Anything else we need to take a look at here? Think not. Oh, one of you guys have been asking me. He's got it forted up. I thought he might. Okay. We're going to have a hell of a time with this army over here. We cannot kill them with everything we got. But obviously we're going to have to do something. There we go, guys. 4 enemy units. Quite well organized. We could still crack it. Why not? Why not? Teach about us a lesson. The reason why not is we need to focus on what's happening over here with man. Oh, that's right. You guys wanted me to show income boxes. There you go. This is so ugly to look at, and I don't really feel like it adds very much. So there you guys go. This is what our income boxes look like. Map filters. There you go. All right. Well, guys, not a lot happened this turn, so I'm going to just make my plans off camera, and then we will deal with things from there. All right, this is it. This is going to be the turn that we submit. All right, guys, first things first. We're sending a couple messages. First message to Utgard. Enough! You babbles more nonsenses than a pimply Avalonian wench what's wet between the legs for an Olmish vampire. If you would fights us, then less talkingsk and more fightingsk. And then to Satis. Lizard friends, the inevitables war with Utgard giants has come. They speak worm tongue that stinks of flatulence, no doubt from eating's dung agains. Pythium is their rabid dog. Makes knowns to us if you plans on attacking Pythium, lest we's accident happens to encounters each others. We not wants to kills lizard friends. For now, Midgard is your walls against Utgard. Takes this time to expands territories and army to prepares for when that walls falls. We does our best to stay standings. Knows this, lands of Pythium is lands of Utgard. You let those lands stay infested with sub-lizard, sub-human dogs, and use weakens yourself for laters. Lands we takes from Pythium, we also will puts in your controls so longs as you promises to defends it. Alright, so, guys, I was really tempted to go in here and, crack this fortress. I think I probably could have cracked it in one turn, kind of iffy. There's not hardly any units in here, so yeah, I think I could have done it. The problem is, even if I take this province and grab the throne and put myself ahead in points again, it only continues to exacerbate the problem of having a big target on my back. Everybody's pretty much against me now. And the fact that, like, I don't get messages from Mictlan, or I guess Satis kind of still sends me messages, makes me distrust them more as my, you know, quasi-allies. I mean, Satis is my only ally that we have, you know, an agreed alliance with. And at the same time, though, I don't think Bithyum is worth my time. It is for income, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to be scouting out their territory, and if we can grab it, we're going to definitely do some damage here and try to grab some income. And as I said, Satis had better kind of pick up the ball if I hand it to him. So he needs to take advantage of that, because I meant what I said, that he's in a position where I am between him and Utgard, and I mean, I'm actually kind of I don't know what to think of Sabouts' little strategy. I don't know what he's gaining by doing this kabuki dance with Utgard. You know, like, I don't know what he gained from doing that, really. So, anyway, but it was pretty obvious. Anyway, so we'll see, though. If we can harass Satis, we will. But again, if it were closer to the end of the game, this would be a worthwhile move, in my opinion. But we're too far away. So I think I'm better off continuing to push my vengeance against Ulm, which is really all I wanted to do. All I do want to do, anyway. So it's not great that Utgard is attacking me, but, you know, basically, since all the way back from, like, turn 22, it's kind of been like, well, what else was he ever going to do, you know? Like, I guess he could have gone after, Dwarf Comic, but yeah, it was just like, what else was he gonna do? So, yeah, or Mictlan, you know? So it's kind of like, yeah, anyway. And plus, he's got this up here, you know? Like, he wants this, so it just makes sense, you know? Like, this is a throne that he can take, and then now he has 3 throne points, and he's, you know, he's in contestion. It's not the word I'm trying to say, but he's in the competition for winning at the end of the game. I mean, so is Sabouts, as long as I let him keep this throne. So that's the bad thing, is I don't want to let Sabouts win. But at the same time, really, my kind of metagame strategy here is I kind of got to think about not just this game, but future games going forward. And I think the only way I can ever deter people from doing what Ulm did to me is always making it known to the absolute extent possible that if you are the first person to betray me in a game, the way I feel Ulm betrayed me, I will come after you with everything I have forever. And that is the only way to establish some kind of disincentive going forward from having people be the first person to betray you in a game. So, yeah, I gotta go after him. I'm still mad at him. So, I mean, I'm not personally mad at him, but I still feel like him and Avalon are really still my number one, like, my number one enemies this game. Who, if I'd never listened to Avalon, if I'd never tried to go down here and dink around with Ulm in his fight against Mictlan that I didn't even really want to be a part of, then I could have had a chance to win the game. I think the game's more interesting in that it didn't turn out the way it could have, but nevertheless, that's the stratagem I'm playing. I expect Ulm to take back Kassangrad. Not a lot I can do about that. I could move my army in there, but I'm just not gonna do it. He did attack me here, but that was not a ping. That was just his scout got discovered. So, yeah, we're just going to stay here and make him do it, though. He's got to move his forces here to kill this scout if he's going to do it. So, you know, that's all there is to it. Until he does it, Hierophagus here is going to stay here and siege his fortress. So, get with the program, man. My army here, as I said last turn, is not in a great position for doing stuff. It really was going to just come down to, like, finding out if Sabouts had gone on the ball and built this fortress. I'm kind of surprised he had enough time to get this up, but I haven't been counting the turns, so, you know, that's how it worked out. So, from Flat Plenty, we are moving in Tylos with everything he's got, and he'll be Thunderstriking. I'm going to leave him with the gems and my big infantry army. And unfortunately from here, they don't really have a great place to go, you know, so they'll probably just move back to High Watch or go in and reinforce Fickle Scourge, assuming I can take Fickle Scourge. Fickle Scourge, we're going in with a much, much smaller army. One lone crossbowman. Yeah, just a handful, really, of melee troops who should be enough to dispatch province defense, and then it's really going to come down to my battle mages and what they can do. So, as you can see, I've got them set up in 2, 2, and 1, and in that group, we're going to alternate between Gift of Flight Mistform and Blessing Mistform, right? Gift of Flight Mistform, Blessing Mistform, like Nathan Explosion is on top of Garnier. And yeah, that'll be more than enough Blessing, I think, to cover all of them. And then Gift of Flight should hopefully affect the area of effect 1. So it's twice the cost, really, of regular flight. Actually, maybe it's 4 times the cost, because I think regular flight is 10, but it's only 1 air cost. So not the most efficient use of fatigue, but it's what I'm going to do. And so yeah, they'll just kind of do their thing. And yeah, actually, Garnier, why don't you... Hang on. Nathan Explosion, Protection from Lightning, Holy Avenger. I want you to cast Flight. I'm going to have you cast Flight first and foremost then, so I don't have to dink around with my script too much. So we have enough blessings going off. I'm sure everybody will get blessed. How many do we need? Like, probably just 1. We got 2 going off, so... Yeah, I think that'll be good. Everybody's going to be attacking rear except for Garnier Blood Axe, who's going to be advancing and casting spells, and hopefully he might do a few Thunder Strikes. I don't know. Depends on how big of an army Daz has there. Problem is Daz's armies are stealthy, so I can't see them. I don't know. I might run into them. Squizgar is also going to just cast Aim. Squizzy, why don't you get up here? Because you might die. That's a good point. It's okay. You do it anyway. Anyway, don't die, Squizgar. Yeah, so that's the plan. It's not a great attack order, but still. I'm moving in troops up here. 12 units, 2 battle mages, Blessing, Mistform, Protection from Lightning, Charge Body, Flight, Attack Rear. That's what I'm going to do with them. And hopefully we aren't going to bump with Utgard. I don't think Utgard's going to want to antagonize man. I expect Utgard will probably attack me in Junko Flats. Which, what can I do? Like I said, I can't really do anything. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and attack here. We're not going to bother with anything here in Junko Flats. Let's see. Over here, I already showed you guys. We're going in with Tylus and his group. Over here, we're just moving in some more troops. I'm sorry, we're just moving in Vimmer because we're going to get ready to move some more troops in. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to deal with Utgard. We'll have to see. We'll just have to see what he brings. I may have to pull out of man again and bring my army up here to see if I can deal with him. But I'm not looking forward to that fight. Anyway, down here, researching, hanging tight with William Murderface. Over here, we're taking in my Sacred Army. Both squads are set to attack. One is going to engage cavalry in case that's something that happens, while the other one tries to engage the rear and take out... I'm just worried if I end up facing his cavalry troops for any reason. I can't imagine I will. Can't make it to Stinkbog, unfortunately, so that's that. Yeah, we're just going to go back into trying to take out Ulm as best we can. I don't know where his big army is. I wish I did, but I don't. So they're not here, and they're not here. That's all I know. So there we go. Now, Moss Flowers. What to do about Moss Flowers? Well, as you know, I'm already having Rashigar attack this province, so we are going to begin raiding Ulm. And I would have liked to have been able to do more raiding against Ulm, but yeah, it's just, like I said, I decided to bring my troops down here to take a look at Pythium. So what I'm doing is I've given Boat Zagog all of my units, and I put them into 2 divisions to attack archers, and we're just going to go in and attack Grogmire. 3 things could happen here. Worst thing that's going to happen is Boat Zagog is going to come out of the castle, and this army is going to move into this province, and they're just going to get killed outside the castle. The other thing that could happen is Boat Boat Zagog and could move into Grogmire, and the battle could happen in Grogmire, where he's going to get completely slaughtered, but the Niffle Giants will be stopped in their tracks. The other thing that could happen is Boat Zagog could move past the army here, and this army could move past Boat Zagog, and then they will siege my fortress and crack it in one turn. I'll attack Grogmire, probably take it, because it's probably got no province defense, and that'll be okay. The desired outcome here is, as you can see, I have Shul Shagan demolishing the fort. I'm not going to leave this fort standing if I can at all help it. Now, unfortunately, I believe that fort demolition takes place at the same time as fort construction. So if this army manages to move into Moss Flowers the next turn, if Boat Zagog's army doesn't stop them in Grogmire, then he's going to get this fortress, and well, that's what happens. And that's kind of the worst case scenario. Again, with my luck, that's probably what's going to happen. I don't really know how the game determines where a fight happens. The documentation makes it sound like it's kind of random, and it just mentions that the bigger the two armies, the more likely they are to encounter each other. So this is a huge army. This is not a small army. I mean, 3 swords, 52, 53 units. So I think with my luck, we're going to end up fighting in Moss Flowers. I'm just going to lose my whole army. But it's a risk I'm going to take. My alternative is to go into the sea, which, wouldn't be bad. But Rhine's Shallows isn't doing anything for anybody. Cragger's Inlet, that would hurt Pythium a bit. But, yeah. But I'm not going to get income from it. So I'd rather do as much damage to this province as I can and make Moss Flowers indefensible for Utgard. I don't really want to give him, a 600 plus gold installation to defend a throne with. And that is what I would like to do up here in Swedjord as well, to Sabouts, if I were to make this move. But I almost made that move. I almost moved everything in here, guys, to take down the Swedjord castle, or defend it, one of the two. And then just take my wrath against Pythium. But the thing is, like I said before, Ulm is the first person to mess with me this game, so, in the absence of really a great plan going forward, Ulm is the one who has to pay. And I am hoping that I will be able to go back in here and crack Xangrad, perhaps go in here and crack Dragon Pass and take a chunk out of Man or Ulm, but unfortunately the war with Utgard is probably going to keep me from being able to make that a reality. So there you go. That's it. Let's go over the recruitment real quick. We're recruiting crossbowmen. Tons of crossbowmen, because we will defend this to the siege. And crossbowmen are going to be my only way of dealing with this load of nastiness. If he's smart, he's probably just going to beeline... Well, I don't know if that's smart or not for him to beeline Midgard or not. It's certainly going to be painful, and he'll have a chance to mess with me if he does it. So, I don't know. We'll see. Midgard, we are getting a Vanjarl and working on a Volva, so I just want to get my mage power up as quickly as possible, as much as possible. Angelic Reach, we're just grabbing a Volva. Let's see, Flat Plenty, we are just grabbing Einhirs, who will be picked up by, what's-his-face, not Bill, Burr, there we go, Burr over here, is going to pick them up. Let's see, and then over here in High Watch, grabbing Einhirs, and we're grabbing a Volva, and I'm finally going to get a Goad. I've been wanting to get one of these guys and start using my Blood Slaves for blood sacrifice. So I'm going to actually start working on that, because I would like to spread my Dominion wherever I can, and that'll give me a morale bonus for one thing, and them a morale penalty, and it will give me better information about stuff that's going on. So that's one thing I want to do. Let's see, and did we check out Forlorn Flowers? We're just grabbing a few Einhirs down here. So, yep, that's basically it. Item forging. We are forging a Vine Shield. We're going to get ready to make our thugs as best we can. Give them Vine Shields. I really wish I had fire access or water access to make the AoE weapons. Those weapons, in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. Forge magic item would be the Frostbrand, would be nice. All I need is freaking Water Magic 1. I just hate to take Gandalf off duty to be making this. We have 26 water gems. or Burning Blade. This would be another fine one to have. Anyway, I wish I had one of these two enough to empower at least, but empowerment is also going to require 50 to break into this, to break into either of these, so it's kind of annoying that I don't. And like I said, I need the research more. He gets 54 research, so I'd really rather have him do that with his time, if at all possible. So there you guys go. That's the plan. Unless there's anything awesome I can forge here with spells, solar rays, range 40 plus, only effects on dead. I'm not gonna bother with it. So yep, there we go. That is all I can do. The fact that Miklan isn't communicating with me, you know, makes me wonder if he's going to be next to, like, start vulturing on me the way Utgard is. Like I said, with Utgard, it's been, like, obvious what he's been up to. Research, that's the thing I forgot to mention. So research, what are we doing? We're going to finish up Evocation 5. I didn't start this game intending to do a Thunderstrike strategy, but we might as well get the Storm and summon Storm power. And yeah, then we're going to go ahead and go up to Conjuration 3 if we can to grab Summon Earth Power. We just need some basic buffs to get ourselves viable again. And then we're going to concentrate on Alteration 7 and you know, get the Fog Warriors. We can actually do Marble Warriors too, which will be good. Yeah, so all this stuff. Phoenix Pyre. This could be very useful in a what's it called? Communion, right? So when the mage is slain, he will explode in a cloud of fire and reappear somewhere else in the battlefield. The spell lasts for the entire battle, no matter how many times the mage is killed. However, being killed is exhausting, and the spell will not work while the mage is unconscious. Well, maybe maybe it won't work, but anyway, yep, that's the plan. That's our research. We're just gonna have to defend ourselves as best we can from Utgard, and we're gonna have to try to do damage back to Man. I think Man's got more army on the table than what I can actually see right now. We probably aren't gonna be able to win all of these fights, but we're gonna win. Well, hopefully we'll win some of them, and hopefully we won't lose too many troops in the process. So there you go. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Wish me luck, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.